Okay, at the bottom of page 427, you have the steps to calculate the regular monthly payment of an installment loan using add-on interest. So we have 4 steps. First step, calculate the amount to be financed by subtracting the down payment from the purchase price. And they tell you that sometimes when the down payment is expressed as a percent, the amount financed can be found by the complement method, because the percent financed is 100% minus the down payment percent. So they show you the purchase price times 100 minus the down payment percent. Step 2 is to compute the add-on interest finance charged by using our old interest equals principal times rate times time, with the amount financed as the principal. Step 3 is find the total of installment payments by adding the finance charge to the amount financed. So that is adding like step 1 plus step 2, amount financed plus financial charge. Step 4, find the regular monthly payment by dividing the total of the installment payments by the number of months of the loan. So we're talking about step 3, total of installment payments, and divide that by the number of months of the loan. Okay? So we're going to try this, so keep your steps available on page 427. We have Caroline that bought furniture with 6% add-on interest installment loan from our bank. The purchase price of the furniture was $1,500. The bank required a 10% down payment and equally monthly payments for 2 years. So how much are the monthly payments? So just go through your steps, your 4 steps on the bottom of page 427.
Where's the
Bottom of page 427, the steps. 1 through
the steps?
I'm sorry, the promptness?
Yeah.
Oh, why isn't it showing? Oh, excuse me. Thank you. Here we go. Thank you. Okay, let's look at it. Step 1 wanted you to do the amount financed, so it's a purchase price, 100%. They said that the bank required 10% down payment. So the complement of that would be 90%. So if you take the $1,500, the purchase price, times the 90%, that gives you the amount that is financed, $1,350. Step 1. Step 2, you got to use interest equals principal times rate times time. So this is your principal, that's the total amount that's going to be financed. This is the principal, the interest is 6%, and it's for 2 years. So it's $162.
Oh, I did it in months.
So did I. It's for the whole 2 years. And then the third step is you take the amount that's financed, the $1,350, plus the amount of the financial charge, $162, and so total of the installment payments is $1,512. And then step 4 is you take that total, the installment payments, and you divide it by the number of months to get per month. And so it'd be $63. So you had the right process, you just didn't have the right numbers, correct? Most of you, is that what happened?
The top instead of
Okay,
And then at the bottom, I used 12 instead of 24.
right. Okay. The next thing that we're going to be looking at is to find the annual percentage rate of an installment loan by using an APR table. So the table is on page 429. That's the annual percentage rate table. And we have 4 steps. First, you have to calculate the finance charge per $100 that is going to be loaned, okay, per $100. So it's the financial charge times 100 divided by the amount financed. And these are at the top of probably page 432. There's your steps, and before it are two sets of tables. Second step is that you're going to use the table 13.1, which is on page 429. Scan down the number of payment column to the number of payments for the loan. And then step 3, you scan to the right in the number of payments row to the table factor that most closely responds to the financial charge per 100. So that's what you figured out in step 1. Okay, you're looking for the amount that is the closest to that amount in step 1. Then you look to the top of the column containing the finance charge per 100 to find the APR of the loan. So if we look at the table, you can see that it has the number of payments, and then you have this amount here. These amounts in this area here represents what's in step 3. So you're trying to find the closest amount that corresponds with what you found in step 1. And when you find the number of payments and where that number is from step 1, then you look at the top, and that tells you your APR, annual percentage rate. Okay, so we're looking for the number of payments. We're looking for the amount that most closely relates to what you find in step 1, the financial charge per $100, and then followed up to the top. So let's try this table and see what we have. We have Erin, who purchased appliances for $4,500. She made a $500 down payment and financed the balance with an installment loan for 24 months. In her payments, are $190 per month. If her payments are $190 per month, what APR is she paying on the loan? So the first thing that you need to find out is the amount that's being financed. That's number 1. I mean, that's not on the steps here, but you've got to find out how much is being financed first. That's the first thing that you need to do. So you're going to take the $4,500 minus the $500, and you get the $4,000. So for the first step, we have to know what is the financial charge. We've known by the information they've given us, this is the amount that's financed. We also know they gave us how much she's going to have to pay per month for 24 months. So if you multiply 190 times 24, that will give you the total amount that she's going to have to pay, the amount of finance plus the interest. And then we can subtract and find out what the financial charge is. You understand? We know the amount that she's financed. From the information they give us, we can find out the total amount she's going to pay, including the interest. So the total amount is 190 times 24, and it's $4,560. Now we can find the difference between these two is going to be the amount of the financial charge, $560. Now you can start with your step 1 on your top of page 432. Okay, calculate on step 1, you're trying to find out the financial charge per $100 of the financial charge. So if you take 560 times 100 and divide it by the amount financed, it gives you $14 per 100. per 100. Okay, so that's step 1. Step 2, you're going to use this $14 and you're going to use the number of payments, 24. So you're going to look at your table and you're going to find the number of payments is 24. You're going to scan across till you get to something that's close to $14.
Oh, okay.
$14. It's $14.10. You follow that to the top and it gives you an APR of 13%. Okay? So then that's the final, the answer is 13% is the APR.
I had a question on someone will never remember it.
Okay. See, on page 532, no, that's the same, okay, same exercise, so won't worry about that. We're going to be skipping in your book on the bottom of page 432, calculating the APR by formula. And we're also going to skip at the top of page 433, that's using it. So we're going to go to the bottom of page 433, and this is to find the finance charge and the monthly payment of an installment loan by using the APR table. So instead of looking for the APR, we're going to be we're looking for the monthly payment and the installment, not the APR like we just were using. Okay, the steps for this. Step 1 is using the APR and the number of payments of the loan. Locate the table factor at the intersection of the APR column and the number of payment rows. This factor represents finance charge per 100 financed. Step 2, calculate the total finance charge of the loan. So we do amount financed by the table factor divided by 100 to get the financial charge. Then calculate the monthly payment by taking the amount financed plus the financial charge, which is in step 2, the financial charge, and then the number of months of the loan. So those are at the top of page 432, and let's try this problem. A firm uses a finance company that is offering up to 24 months installment loan with a 13.25% APR. So we know the APR and we know the number of months, 24. If a buyer finances a purchase for $3,550, what are the finance charge and the amount of the monthly payment of the loan? So you've got the information that you need to do step 1. So step 1, if you were looking at your table, you know what the APR is. It's 13.25. So if you find 13.25 and you know there's 24 payments, you look at 24 where they intersect, which is $14.38. Then that is step 1. Then with that information, you will go to step 2. So we take that amount, and for step 2, we take the amount financed, which was $3,550 in our problem, and we multiply that times a table figure of $14.38. And so this will be the amount financed, $510.49. Then on the third step, we take the amount that's going to be financed by $3,550, and we add the financial charge we just found out. And so we'd have $4,060.49, and then we divide that for 24 months to see what our monthly payment would be, $169.19. Okay, let's move to the next part, which is easy early loan payoffs, and this happens where you can pay off. You know, if you have like a mortgage or something and you make 2 payments a month, that can really save you a lot of interest, because when you finance something, they're getting most of their interest up front, so that if something happens along the way, they've gotten most of their interest. So if you can make 2 payments, every once in a while make 2 payments, it does cut off the number of years and amount of interest that you can save, especially on buying a home.
It also helps if you do like the bi-weekly.
Bi-weekly,
where it's
absolutely.
like so many extra payments, it winds up being so many extra payments a year.
Yeah, so I would highly recommend that, because because that's what, you know, I was thinking when I bought my home is like, okay, I'm going to do it for 15, 20, or 30 years. But in my mind, I know I'm going to pay it off early, but I'm not going to put myself in a pinch that I'm going to have 30, which lowers my monthly payment. Therefore, I can make more. I can make as many payments as I can. Whereas if I have 15, my payment might be $2,000 a month. Okay,
We did that since we were first buying houses 20 years ago.
That's, if you can make sure that you have your credit card balances paid off every month, and if you buy a home, make sure that you do that. It's going to help you so much financially for the rest of your life. And I have a friend, and his daughter started teaching school, I think about 3 years ago. She's like 24 now or something. She just bought a 4-bedroom house. It's an older house built in 1969, but it's a big, nice house that she bought. And her friends are saying, how can you do that on your salary that you're making? Well, she just put money back and saved and cut out some luxury things that other people are spending right now. And she has a home now. At the age of 24, she's going to have that home paid off, by the time she's in her, probably at 35, 40, something like that, depending on and I think she's so wise in what she's doing that she's probably going to be paying it off early. And then when you have a house that early on, and all you're dealing with is the insurance and maintenance or whatever, you can really set yourself up financially. So I really encourage you to do things like that. Okay, an early loan payoff. Financial charge rebate is an unearned portion of the finance charge that the lender returns to the borrower when an installment loan is paid off early. Because when they are figuring your loan, they're figuring the financial charge, dividing it by the number of months to get your monthly payment. So they've already tacked in that monthly charge. So now they're going to rebate some of it. And they use the sum of the digits method, or the rule of 78. And that's on page 434. If you look in your textbook on page 474, where they get 78. Page 434. Actually, it's on page 435. At the bottom of page 434 on the top, because they show you the sum of the digits if it's for 12 years, or months, 12 months, then what they do is add 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5, to 12. If you add that up, that's 78. And so that's how they get rule of 78. It's a widely accepted method for calculating the finance charge rebate, based on the assumption that more interest is paid in the early months of a loan when a greater portion of the principal is available to the borrower. So on page 435, this shows you the rule of 78 being used over a 12-month basis. You put 12 over 78 times 1,000, and the financial charge is $153.85. So as you go through the 12 months, you can see where more interest is being charged at the very beginning and less toward the end. Okay. When you get toward the end of a mortgage payment, everything's going toward the principal, and that's what you're trying to get to. To calculate the financial charge rebate and loan payoff, this is at the bottom of page 435. Step 1 is to calculate the rebate fraction, and it's the sum of the digits of the number of remaining payments divided by the sum of the digits of the total number of payments. And there's a formula, so you don't have to go through and add. If it's a 30-year note, you go through and add and see what your sum of digits is. There's a formula to do that for you. So the second step is determine the finance charge rebate. So it's the rebate fraction that you found in step 1 times the total finance charge. Step 3 is find the loan payment. It's the payment remaining times the payment amount minus the finance charge rebate. And in the problem that we're going to be working, they show you the formula to find the sum of the digits. So we'll go through this one together. Libby has financed $4,000 installment loan for 36 months. The payments are $141 per month. The total finance charge is $1,076. After 20 months, so it was 36, and after 20, she wants to pay it off early. So that means there's 16 months remaining, correct? Total was 36. We're in the 20th, she's paid 20, so 16 remaining. She has decided to pay off the loan. How much is the finance charge rebate, and how much is her loan payoff? Okay, so we're going to go back. The first thing we need to do is we need to find out the remaining months and the total number of months of the loan. And so that's given to us, 16 months remaining, the original 36 months on the loan. And then we can go to our step 1. And this is going to be using the formula. We need to find the top part of the division in step 1, which is sum of the digits of the number of remaining months. So we take, it's n, and then we're going to multiply n plus 1 divided by 2, n being the number of remaining months. So it's 16, and we'll multiply it times 16, and we have plus 1 divided by 2, 272 divided by 2, so the sum of the digits is 136. We're going to do the same thing to find out the sum of the digits of the total amount of the loan, total number of months, with n being that number, 36. So 36, and we'll be multiplying at 36 plus 1 divided by 2. We get 1,332, and divide that by 2. So we get 666. Now that we have those two numbers, we can complete step 1. Which is finding the rebate fraction, is taking the sum of the digits of the 16 months, which is 136, and divide it by the sum of the digits of the total 36 months, which is 666, and that equals 0.2042.
What was the 2 for? The dividing it by 2?
That's the formula.
That's just the formula?
That's the formula. Okay?
So it's always
That formula,
divided,
that's sum of the digits formula.
it's always divided by 2.
Mm-hmm. Okay, now we're ready to do step 2, which is to find the rebate fraction, or financial charge rebate, which is taking the rebate fraction from step 1, which is, this is from step 1, times the total financial charge, which is, they've given it $1,076, our total financial charge, okay? So we're going to take the 0.2042 and multiply it times financial charge 1,076, which was in the problem. And so our financial charge rebate is $219.72. That's what she's going to save in interest by paying it off early. And then to find the loan payoff, we take the payments remaining times the payment amount and minus the financial charge rebate. So we have 16 months remaining. We multiply that times the monthly payment, which is given in the problem, the 141. And then we will subtract out the financial charge rebate, $219.72. So we have $2,256 minus $219.72, and so our payoff amount is $2,036.28. So when you're getting ready to pay off a loan early, you just call your credit union or your bank and you tell them you want to pay your loan off. You need to know what the balance will be. They'll put it in the computer, it figures it out, they give you an amount, and you send that in, and you paid off your mortgage. And we're going to do some review problems. The first one, you're going to be using page 415. I'll tell you that, so you can look at 415, 13.2. So I'll let you find that. Page 415, 13.2 section. And April has a charge account with an annual percentage rate of 16%. Her previous month's balance is $523.45. During October, she charged $75 for groceries, made a payment of $200, bought jeans for $61.95, went to a restaurant at $35.23, and received a credit of $11.35. Calculate the financial charge for October and what is the new balance. Okay, let's look at this. First thing we need to do is figure out our periodic rate. And so we take our 16% given to us in our problem and divide it by 12 to get 1.33%. Everybody okay at that point? Then we take our formula, we take the previous balance times the periodic rate to get our financial charge. So we're going to take our previous balance, which was given, $523.45, times the percentage rate, 0.0133 for $6.96. Now we can plug into our formula. To get the new balance, we take our previous purchases, and then we add our financial charge. Then we take the purchases, which was $75 for groceries, $61.95 for jeans, $35.23 for restaurant, and then we have a payment of $200 and a credit of $11.35. And so our new balance is $491.24. $491.24.
Did not get that at all.
Where did you not?
I had times 1.3.
You gotta go 1.33 to hundreds position. You understand? You gotta go to the hundreds position, 1.33.
Okay,
Then you multiplied that times, did you multiply that times your previous
Yes.
purchases? And so that was just here that, so you're off just pennies, okay. Okay, the next one. Okay, you're going to be using page 427. I think this is the correct one. We have Stephen who's remodeled his kitchen with 6% add-on interest installment loan from his bank. The remodeling cost was $5,500. The bank required a 15% down payment and equal monthly payments for 2 years. How much are his monthly payments? So page 427. Bottom of the page, your steps. Okay, look, our first step is to find the amount financed. So we take the purchase price, which is $5,500, and we do the complement of the 15% down, so it would be 85%, and so it's $4,675, the amount financed. Then we're going to get the add-on interest by using our principal times rate times time. So we're going to take our principal, $4,675. And we're going to multiply it times the percentage, which is 6% for 2 years for $561. And then we're going to find the total of the installment payments. So we take the 4,675 and add the interest on, 561. So this is the total amount of our installment payments. And then our final step is to take those total installment payments and divide it by the number of installment payments we need to make at 24 for $218.17 is our monthly amount. Anybody get that? Anybody get that? Good. Okay, we do have class Monday. We do have classes next week, Monday and Tuesday. I know the school district is off. But also, may I share what you're going to do during the holiday? She asked me if she finished early, did she have to come back? Because she was planning over the Thanksgiving holidays to try to wrap everything up in the class. And I said, that's fine. I mean, any of my classes, if you can finish the work early, that's up to you. But if you do that, I would like you to send me a message in Blackboard and let me know that you've worked on the holidays and you finished up, so I'll know to go in and check things for you. Okay. All right, you have about 20 minutes or so you can work on what you need to.